Any adjustment with your power tools, you want to make sure that you have no power to it. So the saw is unplugged, and I want to verify that the fence is parallel. My SawStop Job Site saw came out of the box perfectly parallel. This is one of the first things I checked. So what I've done is I've gone and thrown it out on purpose, and I've thrown it way out just for the demonstration of the video. Odds are if yours is off, whatever brand it is, it's going to be off by a small amount. So I'm going to slide it up to the right up to the edge of the miter gauge. Now I can go to either side of the miter gauge, or I can go all the way over to the other one. It doesn't matter. These on your table saw are fixed points. They're not adjustable, and they are built in to the machine to be perfectly parallel to the blade, to the arbor. So I'll slide it over right up to the edge, and I'm doing it by eye looking, but I'm also feeling. Feeling it is going to be the most accurate way. You can feel very slight differences. So I'm sliding it right up, and then you need to lock it in, because once you lock your fence in, that's what's going to bring it right into parallel. Back of the fence is away, and I want to bring it back toward the arbor, back toward the blade. I know that I want to go clockwise. I'll need a 3mm Allen wrench, and SawStop provides you with all the tools that you need to make adjustments on their saw. So I will open up the toolbox beneath the table and grab out the 3mm Allen wrench. There's 2 screws that I need to adjust this. The first one is on the top left side of the fence. This screw is what loosens it so that I can make the adjustment. So all I need to do is turn this a turn or two, just to loosen it enough to allow the screw to be rotated. Left-hand side, there is a screw that runs at an angle, and that screw runs at an angle from the back of the saw to the front of the saw. And that's important because you're going to have to be fitting this wrench in and finding it without being able to see it. And if you're trying to put it straight in, you're just going to be frustrated. So by looking at it, understanding the angle, that's going to help you. I know I want to turn the screw clockwise to move the fence toward the miter slot at the back of the saw. Because there's not much clearance there, I can only make 1/2 of a turn, and then I have to pull the wrench out and relocate it to make the next 1/2 of a turn. Because I've thrown this off so far, or if you find that yours is off quite a bit, what I want to do is get a little closer and then do my final adjustment with it in place. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the fence, get the wrench in place, and now I can make turns without pulling it out, so it's much quicker. So again, I'm going clockwise to move the fence toward the arbor. I have it flush on the front edge, and I'm very close on the back edge. So now with it in place where I can see it, I'm going to continue making my adjustment. Perfectly parallel. I can feel it with my hands. And the last thing to do is to tighten up the top adjustment screw, and this just locks it into place. I want to check it again by unlocking it, moving it back in, and locking it down. I have it adjusted the way I want. There's one final thing to consider. When you're moving the block that squares it up, that also has some relationship to the locking mechanism of the fence. So what you want to do as a final check is that after you've made that adjustment, you've got it parallel, is you want to make sure that you're still locking nice and tight. So when I push that down, if it were to move, or if I push on it hard and it moves, or there's any deflection, there's another screw on the very center back of the fence, and this adjusts the overall tightness of this lock. Now mine is plenty tight, but if it were a little bit loose, I would insert this. Again, it's the same 3mm. And so if I check it and it is a little bit loose, then I would take the wrench and tighten it clockwise until it was nice and tight. And if it's too tight, I can back it the other way. If you like these videos, be sure to subscribe to my channel. And also, it'd be helpful if you'd share them with others. Thanks for taking the time to watch. Have a great day.